Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups. And Fort Worth YouTube at Fort Worth Memories. I say YouTube at Fort Worth Memories. I hadn't got a notification yet. There we are. Okay. I'll tell everybody good morning. And we're going to share it to the internet, to memories, live videos, and messages. Well, don't tell, I've already sweated through 2 t-shirts. We started washing at 5:15 this morning. Guess I'm going to have to get me another hat. Jesus. And it's only 80 degrees outside. I still got one more truck coming that ought to be here in a few minutes. So if you have detail appointments with Classic, you can't get here no earlier than me. And I got to have them by 7:30. 8 o'clock, it's too hot. It's 90 degrees. So, yeah, we've already been at it I've been at it for 2 hours and almost 2 hours. The girls got here about 20 minutes ago. Okay, Marilyn's in, Aaron's in, James is in. James, we hope you're feeling better. You know, I apologize to everybody yesterday. Both of our ministers were not there at the... Bill is in rehab and James is rehabbing. Hold on. I should have led us in prayer and didn't think about it. Brittany's in. So anyway, but we're getting back to normal. We had 2 strangers showed up at Blue Mound. John Penn and Prissy Foster were both there. It was good to see them. They had been on about a 3-month break, I guess. I still don't understand all of that deal. But anyway, it is what it is. Don't know where we're eating this week. Scott's got to come over because I've got all these cameras and computers messed up. I guess y'all can see me. We're back to 1, 2, I guess 3 cameras out of 5 are working. These cameras, you know, they're not that expensive, but dang, they ought to last. You got to reprogram them or something. He does all that from home. His computer is, we made it where all of his stuff is, I mean, he sees all of my stuff. Okay, let's do the sponsors right quick. Boom Bond is a company. They are a remodeling company. It's owned by Mark Perez, and that's Perazz, 2 Z's. Our Medicare and Medicaid sponsors are American Senior Benefits of North Texas. It's Andrew Wallace and Chasen, Chasen Smith. Rex's Bar and Grill. I want to again thank Rex and all the staff over there. Y'all did a great job at our birthday party. If everybody else is happy with it, that's where we can keep having it. And we're going to have the boxing event in September, and it's going to be there. Railhead Barbecue, Charlie Guerin, he is our state rep. In fact, they're in special session down there in Austin, but he's also on the board of directors of Larry's Kids. And today we are at 138 days. You can go on the main group. I don't know how easy it'll be to find it. Let me see if I can find it. You go to the main group and it'll say something like 13 days or I don't know what it says. Hold on. Pamela, that's a great picture, but sorry, sweetheart, it's not Fort Worth, and that don't fly. Fort Worth or Tarrant County. We're at 4 million views again in the last 28 days. So we are basically setting records every day. There's no other media outlet that has the numbers we have. And if they do, I challenge anybody, bring them to me. Channel 8, 5, 4, 11, Star Telegram, Fort Worth Report, anybody. And we've worked hard to get those numbers at that. I policed the group with me and Scott, and y'all's help. Y'all are the policemen. Hold on, I'm still looking for the... Oh, what is that? The police department is trying to get recruits. I think they pay $70,000 or $80,000, maybe $90,000. If you're a young person, you can help your community and help keep all of us safe. Who's my favorite? There's a story about my aunt, serial killer in Cowtown 70 years ago. Wasn't she a mess? I think it ran in the family on that generation. In fact, I know it did. Okay, I'm still looking. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. In fact, I'm dragging it out on purpose, taking a break. The girl said, "You taking a break already?" And I said, I've been here an hour and 25 minutes more than you have. Jimi Hendrix. I was working at the Cellar in 1970. When he finished his show, he and his entourage came. Pat Kirkwood had a rule: no cowboys, no African Americans. I said, "Pat, you need to let this guy in. It's Jimi Hendrix." "Oh yeah, let him in." Well, I know it's on. Well, I posted a lot of stuff yesterday. I was showing one of my grandchildren that's 14 how to do it. I think he reads Fort Worth history every day. He might be the heir apparent. You know, he's 14. 7 more years, he'll be 21. I hope I'll still be kicking. He's hungry for that knowledge. He's got it like I had it. Come on. Well, anyway, there's a post out there that's a perpetual clock. You got to click the bottom of it, and it tells you exactly how many days, hours, minutes, and seconds until our bicycle giveaway this year. We need volunteers, probably 100. Now we have a built-in crew of probably 50 or 55 or 60 that are always there. So we need probably 30 or 40 new ones. Unbelievable. What is that post? I shared the Tarrant County Historical Commission tells some upcoming dates: September, October, November, December, or January 26th, where there's speaking events. I'm on that board. I'm still trying to figure. There it is. Which camera are we on? See it? It says countdown to 13 December. You click the bottom of it. We're 137 days, 20 hours, 40 minutes, and 44 seconds. Wow. You know what? I should have. I'm going to share it again. So, why can't I share it? Copy link. So, I need y'all to start thinking about these kiddos for bicycles. We figured it up yesterday. Just with 130 days left, we need 3 bikes a day. And we don't need, you know, it's okay if all you can afford is 16s or 18s or 20s. You know, I take anything, all of it brand new. But we're in desperate need of bigger bikes, 22s, 24s, and 26s. Now the nonprofit is, I've already stuck my neck out there and said we're going to buy 1,000 bikes. The goal is 1,400. So that means I need 400 from y'all. I don't want to break it to you at the last minute when we got 2 months left or something. So I need people thinking about buying bikes now. You don't even have to go buy bikes. Go to larryskids.com or larryskids.org and you can make a donation online. It goes right into the nonprofit. Is that it? That's it. I don't have a hat on. Lynn and Earl Freeman are in. Lynn and Earl have been, I'm trying to think how many years y'all signed on. Gene Broadway, James. Lynn and Earl have moved kind of to the hill country a few years ago, but they still show up for that giveaway. That giveaway is something special. If you've never participated in it, it's a moving experience, believe me. That's Fort Worth helping Fort Worth, or Fort Worth, Tarrant County helping Tarrant County. We don't ask any, you don't have to prove any proof of income. We don't even get your name, nothing. If your kids need a bike, be at Farrington Field on December 13th or December 12th. The line always starts on Friday before that Saturday morning. When we were still having them over here, what year was it, Lynn? The 2020, the COVID year, 5 years ago, the line was all the way down University past 7th Street. Solid line. This shopping center couldn't open until about 11 that morning. So thank goodness Fort Worth ISD stepped up and we kind of signed a lifetime deal with them. No, we hadn't had a board meeting yet. I'm going to put that on my calendar, Brittany, and I'll address it. I can't get people to, it's trying to get people. There's a phone number I'm supposed to be remembering for some reason. What Brittany is talking about is As y'all know, I leave over here right around 2. And so if you're buying bikes or toys and helmets and having them shipped in, I close this gate back here. So that creates a problem. In fact, it created a problem with Brittany's order one year. She dropped some bikes off. They took pictures, thank God. They put them over there at the pickleball court. Yeah, it was 2020. Well, no, it wasn't. The COVID year, it wasn't. The COVID year, well, no, it was. It was the COVID year. That's where Manny Ramirez had, I bet there was 15 or 20 police officers, and they all volunteered their time. Last year, when we made the giveaway, a nonprofit, is the first year we paid. Well, no, I paid out of my pocket one year, and I think Kyle paid out of his pocket one year for our police officers. But that year, the COVID year, Betsy Price tried to get here. She couldn't get here, and she left. She tried to get here at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. This was a gridlock. So we need to have another. Back when Kyle and them were still officing up front at 1635, you could drop by stuff over there, UPS or Amazon or whoever, till 5 o'clock. And I might be able to work that deal out. I'm sure whoever Kyle and them leased that to, an accounting firm, I'm sure we'll be able to use that address. I say I'm sure. I've got that charming effect on people, so anyway, I'm hoping we'll be able to use 1635. Okay, I need to get back to the sponsors. Termite King Pest Control. They've got several plans where you can pay a monthly fee and don't worry about it anymore. They're going to come out and spray. Borghese Somerset is our legal beagles. I might ought to quit using that term. They might not like that. They are our legal sponsors. Tiffany Burks, who I've interviewed many times. Christy Jack, I've interviewed her a couple of times. They've got some great lawyers over there, 25 to 30 of them. And they do small cases all the way to capital murder. So if I ever get charged with a major deal, that's who I'm going to use. I hope they will do it on payments. Stroud Auto Supply, Riverside, Haltom City area. It's very rare you see an independent auto supply dealer in a major city going up against AutoZone and all the rest of them. But I know they've been around at least 60 years or 50 something years, because I bought auto parts there for my 55 Chevy back in the day. Eric Walsh is in the real estate business. He's a developer. He's a good guy, and he's on the board of directors at Larry's Kids. Stinger's Bar and Grill is, I guess y'all can see me. I just lost another camera somehow. Stinger's Bar and Grill is in the old Mark Dean's Barbecue building on the feeder road of 199 in Azle at Stewart, Maine. Tri-State Dent. They repair hail damage, door dings, minor dents. They come to you and they will work with you on your deductible if it's at all possible. Raines Plumbing, that's a family-owned plumbing business. They really take pride in their customer satisfaction. Brandon Cross Electric, they do commercial and residential. They were voted DFW's favorite. K-Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez is the owner. So if you're not sure if you got roof damage, you look up and say, honey, the roof's not leaking. Well, you don't know that. Maybe it hadn't worked all the way in yet. You can call K-Ranch. You'll get Bree. She is the office manager lady. and she'll set up an appointment for their people to come out. Let them get on the ladder and get up there and check your roof, and they'll tell you if you got roof damage or not, and that's absolutely free. They don't charge for that. Fort Worth Lumber is located down on I-35 South, a huge complex. If you need building materials, plans, or you just want to bounce some ideas off, hold on, I'll be right with you, Burleson. We got a Burleson. They've got experts down there, so check it out. Optimist Club of Fort Worth, that's an international organization. There's 2 or 3 here in Fort Worth. I was informed by Jeff Norman. Anyway, the ones we do business with, I think John Penn's in that group. I think Prissy Foster is also in that group. They give us a Christmas tree every year, and we appreciate it for the museum. Those trees they sell over there are beautiful. They're about $150, $200. Winstead Paint and Body. I've been doing business with the Winsteads 40 plus years. Clay Winstead's operation is on White Settlement Road, 1 block west of Roberts Cutoff. Coburn's Catering. Steve Coburn is, I believe, the 3rd generation. Steve, if I'm wrong, please send me a text and tell me what to say. I follow instructions. I just am not real knowledgeable about some stuff. Coburn started in 1946. The only job I ever had was over on North Main, one of my uncle's plants. And I used to go over there to Coburn's. It was a cafeteria also. Been there a long time. Old South Pancake House, 2 locations. Rex Benson is the owner. He also owns Rex's Bar and Grill. The one on University is open 24/7. The one in Burleson closes at 9 or 10 at night. A-Bird AC and Heating. That's a Poly Boy, Dub Peacock. If your central air and heat unit is making noises you don't recognize, or you're not putting out what you think it should be, call Dub's company, A-Bird AC and Heating. They'll send somebody out. It costs you $100. Well, it costs you $95. It's pretty cheap preventative maintenance. State Farm, Jenny Stewart. I look at those insurance companies, State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, they're all great companies. Which one can provide you the most coverage for the least amount of money? So I don't care who you're doing business with. It costs you absolutely nothing to call Jenny's team and find out what they'll charge you. Swartz and Hanson. They've been with me a long time, and I appreciate it. Jerry Swartz and his brother. I interviewed Jerry's dad, who was 95 at the time, last year. Anyway, they're architects. Got a beautiful building over there on Cullen, I believe is the street off White Settlement. But they're very active in the bike giveaway. They give away bikes every year, or bring us money. Great people. Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel. That's Pat and Richard Carr. Wendy is in. If you're in construction or something, you need sand, Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel is the place to get it. And I mean, they send that stuff out by the truckloads. And one of Richard's daughters is working on a new logo, I guess. I'm sure they'll get it to me soon. Speaking of Richard Carr, his nephew is Dickie Carr, which is what Richard's daddy's name was. Hold on, I'll get to you. Dickie Carr owns Grateful for Your Trees. Tino Serta used them here not too long ago. They do everything to do with trees. When Dickie shows up, you can say, "Hey Dickie, that oak tree over there, I'd like for you to cut it down, grind the stump down, and make firewood out of the tree," and they can do it. They do retaining walls, flower beds, demolition work, bobcat work. Dickie and his crew do it all. all Blue Mound cafes, and we just ate Saturday at the one on Vickery. I promise you, hand to God, their food never changes. From year to year, they give you way big proportions, which is not good for me. I'm trying to slim down. I do my physical in November every year, and my doc has already told me 43 pounds have got to come off. I think him and my wife have a conspiracy against me. She's a doctor too, but she doesn't do my physical. I've been doing a physical for 44 years this year. Okay, Burleson, talk to me. Okay, that's off of, when we started talking about y'all asking questions, we said Fort Worth or Tarrant County, and that's not either one. But I'm familiar with who you're talking about. You're asking about a Texan that was in the Jimmy Doolittle raid when we struck Japan. And his last name was Hite, and I was trying to think what town he's from. He was in Fort Worth some. I think he was out here at Carswell some. Let me look up. I got to cheat on this one. But his last name is, I guess you pronounce it, Hite. Hold on. Airman Hite that was in the, oh, well, that didn't work. Hite, I know that's the correct spelling. And he lived a long time. I'm sure he's gone now, but Robert L. Hite was co-pilot on Crew 16 of the Doolittle raid, flying a Mitchell B-25 named Bat Out of Hell. After the bombing run over Tokyo, his crew bailed out over China due to the low fuel. He was captured by the Japanese and imprisoned in Shanghai till August of 1945. That was 14 or 15 months. If you never go home and watch Pearl again, that tells you about that raid. Well, Texas State Historical Association, that's what I was looking for. They did Robert Lowell Hite. Where are you from, Robert? Odell, Texas. He was born on March 3rd, 1920, so 80, he'd be 105 today. I don't think he's with us. But I bet he hadn't been gone long. The Hite family called Robert by his middle name, Lowell. That family came from, their roots are in Georgia. They were farmers. They farmed near Vernon for a while and then moved to Earth in the Texas Panhandle in 1934. His father purchased land that had once been part of the XIT ranch. They grew cotton, corn, grain, sorghum. What a great individual. He went to West Texas State Teachers College in Canyon, now West Texas A&M University. I'm looking to see if he was ever associated with Carswell. If y'all are not familiar with that Doolittle raid, when the Japanese attacked us, I mean, they just kept winning. They had thought these plans through for months, maybe a year, the Japanese, and a lot of people say, did we know? Well, we had to have known. Japan depended on 80% of their oil from us. FDR turned the spigot off. So I can tell you, they knew something's up. Hottest day of the year is going to be today, they say, or tomorrow. Is that it? Anyway, so when they attacked us, they crippled us. And then they started taking all of those islands, Pacific islands. I mean, within 30 days, they controlled a bunch of islands over there. We had to have something that they thought they were invincible. We needed a blow to knock them down a little bit. That Doolittle raid, they launched bombers, B-25 Mitchell bombers, from an aircraft carrier that they had no room to spare. They stripped the airplanes down, took one of the guns out in the rear and put a broomstick in that. But they flew to Japan and hit their homeland, but there was no place to land. They were going to land, the only place they thought they had a chance was in China, and a bunch of them got captured, some got killed. If you've never seen that movie Pearl Harbor, go to YouTube. It's a pretty doggone accurate movie. Good morning, Ginger. So when Japan figured out that we could hit them, that changed. That was a game changer. And when I do speaking events and people, we talk about World War II. The reason the Allied forces won World War II was because of the women in the United States that manned the factories. There's no question. We outproduced everybody. Some of those Axis countries would build one tank, we'd build 8 a day. Planes. It was our women who went and manned the factories to build the war machine. That's what happened to Hitler and Japan and all of them. Michael is in. Ginger is in. So I think this thing is about 2 seconds behind the YouTube to Facebook. Okay, so I got to get out here before the girls come in here and start saying bad things to me. We need a dentist, we need a painter, paint contractor, we need an auto mechanic in Fort Worth. We need all kinds of people. So our numbers again are at 4 million views, and that's in the last 28 days, and that breaks down to about 140 or 145,000 views a day, about 5,900 views every hour. So that means people are looking at our stuff, and that's just on the Facebook stuff. If you're a sponsor, I'll put you up on TikTok, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. I have a good day every day. I'm topside, Ginger. We didn't see you Saturday. We didn't have that big of a crowd, but Sandy was there, Aaron was there, the Johnsons were there, I was there, John and Prissy were there. I guess that's it. Anyway, in the summertime, our lunch meetings get smaller. People are doing stuff. Now people are getting ready to go back to school, grandkids and kids. And I can tell you, these school supplies, Walmart did not eat remember the president said, Walmart, y'all just need to eat the price increase due to the tariffs. They didn't eat it. Peppo's food went from first term of Trump, it was $6.57 a gallon, which lasts him exactly 30 days. Biden's administration went up to about $9, but it went back and forth. Now, I bought some 2 weeks ago, it's $14.50. So, Mr. President, Walmart did not eat the price increase. You don't owe us a bike on that. But really, you need to, if you have any questions, reach out to Brittany. She can tell you the game rules, how we do it. You asked me not to share your information, but y'all have asked questions 2 or 3 times, and they're all about something outside of what we talk about. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, if I'm knowledgeable about it, I'll more than happily answer what I know. But we try to, if you're doing it to help us with the bike deal, keep it Fort Worth or Tarrant County. And we definitely, one time y'all wanted to know about the city to the east, we don't even say their name on our group. I had a real good historian try to make a post yesterday, and it didn't get accepted. It was because it had the word of the city to the east. We don't talk about that city. No, Bedford's too far. Sorry. You got to be over here somewhere. I drive too many miles as it is. The farthest we've ever gone east is Sammy's Barbecue in Haltom City, I think, isn't it? Now, we've eaten at Blue Mound Cafe out in Saginaw. Everything west we've eaten at. The reason we don't do West Side Cafe, I have people during the week always ask me, hey, Bob, this time tomorrow?
Yeah.
There's the key.
Can you keep track?
Oh, yeah,
I'll just leave it here.
Okay, and
because I got mine.
And what about the truck? A long time ago, you gave me one to every car.
Yeah.
That was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I forgot to bring the extra one, but I'll bring it when I pick it up.
Okay.
And leave it with you.
All right, so this time tomorrow?
Yeah.
See you then. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Hey, are these your glasses?
They are.
You won't get far without them.
No.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I know I got to get out there now. That truck he just brought, I'm sure it's a farm truck. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but please try to keep your... She's on the feed right now. That's her. You got any questions? She keeps the score up with what you owe us. If you ask a question and I can't answer it, then you don't owe us anything. I don't give anything back, though. The bikes or toys that we've already gotten from you or that you owe us, they don't ever get returned. I don't miss too many questions that I know of. Might not have missed any questions. If I've ever read it, seen it, or heard about it, I can answer it. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. I will probably take a break around 10 a.m. But the temperature is already, what? Temperature is 79 degrees. I ain't going to get no cooler. Well, they say it's only going to be 97 today. Whoopee. Well, they've lowered the temperatures. It was going to be 104 on Wednesday. Now it's just 100. Hey, but you know what? We're Texans. Most of us. We're used to it. People say, how do y'all stand it? I don't see how people in these winter towns, Colorado and places, my God. I don't see how the detail business people can stay in business in those cities. Michigan, and where it snows all the time. Okay, boys and girls, stay safe. Don't forget to be civil in your comments. And if you see a homeless person on the corner, give them a buck or two. I don't care what Maddie and the city council say. You're driving those people to steal. What are they going to do? That's their source of income. Unless City of Fort Worth's going to go get them, put them in a building, which they might not want to be in, then give them $100 a day or $75 a day. I've upped mine. I give $10 on that corner of Quebec and $8.20 every day that I come into the office. Okay, love all of you, and I will see y'all. Where's my other? Oh, there it is. I will see y'all on the first break. That is